And then I was like, when I grow up, I don't know when I'm going to grow up.
Ah, guys, Ayati is
When
vibes.
I'm reborn, in fact, I want to be like
She's vibes. She's not even. Do you know you could put her in the middle of a desert and it. Camper, everything. It was like, where did you fit it? It's a small handbag. Where are you getting this stuff?
What I'm going to do? I think on a birthday like this year, I'm going to ask her, right?
Yeah.
To pray for me that God gives me money so that I buy her a country house. In younger day.
Yeah.
Because I did not marry. I had if you pray for me because it's your birthday, God is bound to hear you. And you'll bless me.
Yeah. And I know. Guys, that gift went to private school.
There's nothing for Mahara, bra. It's just prayer. But whilst at the same time wishing Ayati her birthday, so the one person who's got my heart like that, the king of my heart, yes, the only person who calls me princess up until today in my 30s, my dad, it's also his birthday today.
Oh, Uri princess.
Princess
The only
princess.
So I pronounce the first of her name, Piper.
Mhm.
I'm the only girl in my family,
Mhm.
right? Everybody else is nieces and whatnot. But Ndinindega, what was it?
You are them taking your ndevu.
The face of
so I'm always laughing at him. I'm like, so when I get married, where are they going to? Why should they pay? Because you don't really have to pay.
Imimi ndimu tori dangerous because pakuroro my only daughter anditi vanenge vakushedzera majirafu tiri kuda mapangolini tikuda exotic animals only on the endangered list.
So happy birthday to my dad, Mr. Ventura. Yeah, I'm sure he's listening in, and I do hope you have a beautiful day. And Ayati, man, yeah, we're going to turn up.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Your way.
So, Kyle, Joshua, moving for the building. I'm sure you've heard that we're getting into Galaxy Travel after this.
And she is a woman. Join us at the cricket complex on
That's been my birthday. I don't even realize.
Sana zona ndosengana taramai. Chiri maine chabuda. Chiri ku 42 for 42. Takatakuonda iwe. That was like what, 4 years ago?
Wow.
Together we
Guys.
rock.
I don't know what's happening with
the way you were looking at me when I was talking about the man who's got in my heart, and you're like,
those are I not doing it. I was not pitching.
Let's go live, Carl. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
Sounding good.
A 20 minutes before 11, let's start FM sounding good all the time. I sound extra when this voice is your ears. My name is DJ Eve, the queen of the weekend of what the Wonder Woman Chi Chi. It's at DJ Eve's W across all social media platforms. Welcome to a segment we call Galaxy Travel. And with me in the studio, his name is Carl Joshua Mube. He's a dynamic and visionary culinary innovator, entrepreneur, and a global tourism advocate appointed as United Nations Tourism Special Ambassador for Gastronomy with a diverse background in creative industries. Carl leverages on food, culture, and innovation to drive sustainable tourism, empower rural communities, and promote Africa's rich culinary heritage on the world stage. Now, let me officially welcome you. Good morning, Carl.
What's up? I'm now going to call myself uncle of the youth.
Uncle of the youth.
Yeah, because I'm focusing on youth now.
Let me tell you what this uncle of the youth did to us last Thursday. So he invited us for wine tasting with Chef Takura. Nelsie was there, and then we met a lovely chef. His name is Chef Q.
Chef Q.
How old is
Chef
Q?
Kobo.
How's Q?
I think he's 12.
Chef Q is 12.
Yes.
And he made us salsa bowls.
Guys,
cheesy,
cheesy salsa balls, deep fried with a cheese sauce and microgreens.
I find out today that he's Wawongi's son.
Yes,
Scondra drive host.
Yes.
And I'm like, what?
Yes.
And the way you could explain,
he was so graceful.
The processes, how this cheesy salsa balls were made, and I was like, are you working?
And he literally did this he did them from scratch. He did everything from scratch. It was absolutely amazing working with him. I had so much fun.
But anyway, the wine tasting made a lot of people, a lot of cool kids. It was beautiful.
Never have I ever.
Never have I ever.
You guys were looking amazing. I'm not going to say who was wearing the tiniest of shorts and who was wearing the tightest of jeans, but I'm just going to say you guys were looking amazing. You guys were looking very amazing, by the way.
Carl,
Yes.
We're talking about youth and tourism.
Yes.
Let's dive into it.
Yes, 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 yes. So I'm excited because over the next couple of weeks I'm going to be focusing on the youth hustlers in tourism, the ones who are actually running establishments, the ones who want to grow up the ladder, some who are looking for jobs, because Takasiana in those categories, and those also are looking at creating content. So the one thing that I wanted to talk about is that there's a current travel expo that's happening, which is called Sanganai. So everybody knows Sanganai, Shanganani. What's the other word that describes? I think it's Shanganani, and then all right, Ndarikanga. But it's happening in Mtare at the present moment. And I wanted to tell young people about ways in which you can literally hustle your way into this particular expo in terms of what the opportunities are. Now, when it comes to like expos, I attend a lot of them, whether it's like Canton Fair, like in China, or you're going to be going to Travania in India, or it's going to be the Indaba in South Africa, ZITF, Harare Agricultural Show, and Sanganai. There is a way in which you can hustle in terms of finding good business, being able to make right connections, being able to find jobs, grow up the career ladder. And I'm going to give you my approach to that. So the first thing I like to do is I like to give a 3-day approach. Some of these expos are over a number of days. So you don't do everything on the first day. The first day is about collection and curation. Get in there and just make sure that you know everybody who's there. We know where all the stands are. Just take a quick whiz through so that you can get a lay of the land, right? Second day is when you do like your speaking and networking. That's just like talking to people, finding out what the products are about, and collecting that information so that you've got something to think about. Then on the last day that you go, that's when you try to find the specific areas that actually go with you. So these are 10 things that you're supposed to do at the Travel Expo. So number one, collect details and business cards of all the exhibitors, right? So just go stand by stand, collect my business cards. If there's a brochure, collect it. Take all that information. This curation is going to be very important because if you're in business, it's going to generate a contact list for you. If you're looking for jobs, it's going to generate a contact list for you. If you're going to be hustling in the tourism sector to find better jobs, it's going to generate a contact list for you. So this is going to be very important. Once you collect that, you're going to put them away into like a spreadsheet, collect all that data, the QR codes. Make sure you collect as much information as humanly possible at the expo, right?
Correct.
Number two, you are going to find out about discounts. So go to places and find out, okay, so here are your prices. What time of the year are you giving away discounts to stay at your accommodation? So this is when you're at Sanganai. So you go to a hotel group and you say, whatever hotel group, you're going to say, oh, I love your hotel. Do you guys offer discounts throughout the year? And then find out which dates they are. If they will give you information, or they'll ask you to be on their mailing list or their loyalty programs or that kind of thing. So if you are traveling and you're looking for discounts, this is the best opportunity to do that. Number three, produce content at Sanganai. So remember, I'm talking to different people. So depending where you are, you're going to see if the content resonates with you. So produce content at Sanganai. Find out the hashtags that they're using. So not just at Sanganai, but at any expo. This is the reason why I get to go and do so many reviews at hotels and stay at so many fancy hotels because of the content I create. So I don't go to people and say, I'm going to create content and you pay me for it. I create the content for free so that I'm adding value already. And then some of these businesses end up calling me for specific times that they want me to generate content. So if you go to Sanganai, find out their hashtags, make content, like create videos of saying I'm at stand number whatever, and here's my name, here's where to find me, and then use the hashtags, and then tell people to follow the Sanganai page or whatever conference you're actually covering. This will have some very good results for you, because when the marketing people are going back and they're doing their reviews, they're going to be looking at the hashtags and who was participating or was talking about them, and then they're going to put you on their list of maybe influencers or whatever they may want to work with in future, or even that they want to work with you like as a marketing consultant, or even that they may offer you a job to work with their organizations if you've done your job well enough. So there's a lot of benefits from that perspective if you're going to be working in the tourism sector. The other thing that you want to do after you've collected your business cards is you want to no, not your business cards. Once you've actually done your videos, right? Is you're going to be looking at like training institutions that are represented at Sanganai. So there are a lot of training, like universities and that kind of thing, offering diplomas, degrees, and so on. Find out about their scholarship programs. Find out about their whatever it is that they are marketing at that particular point in time. Make sure you get information of some of the professors. Meet up with some of the students at the stores and ask them about the programs that you are wanting to actually join. This is a great or a cheap way of getting all of the information that you need all at once. Imagine everyone has been brought into one space, so you might as well, right? Sort of ask them all of this information. The next thing is that if you're a proper hustler, right, pay close attention to all the materials being used to build the stands. So look at the stands, look at the artwork, the photography, the banners, the business cards, all of the little materials, the tables, even the person who's doing the lunches. Pay close attention to all the little businesses that are operating within the spaces. Because when you are now going for the next expo, what you're going to do is you're going to collect the names of the organizers and then find out how you can be involved, whether you want to be doing lunches, courier services, whether you want to be doing carpentry, fixing, filming, taking photographs for people. These are businesses that you can actually make money from. Do you know that you can actually go to a place like Sanganai and take photographs, for example, of people by their stands and then post them onto a website so that you attract traffic? You may end up being the official photographer for some of their stands at the future exhibitions that they're doing. So make yourself very useful when you're going to expos. Don't just go there and be another participant who's just walking around aimlessly. Actually, find a way that you can get yourself to, ahead as a young person in business, as a young hustler. The other thing is go to hotels and people who are exhibiting activities and find out what commissions are offered to agents and speak to them about that you intend on being an agent selling some of their packages. You'll be so shocked. They'll tell you some of these amazing commissions to say if someone books a helicopter, you earn this amount of money, which is something that you can always do as a job from home. Agents sell packages from home. So you can just work from home, internet connection, selling packages on behalf of these establishments, and you can earn some really major commissions. And I'm telling you, you can earn like thousands and thousands of dollars, literally just from referring people to helicopter rides, game drives, hotels, and that kind of thing. So be very interested in that area. Go to the people, let them know that you're interested in doing that, and then maybe you can even join our academy. I'm going to give you the contacts so that you can learn some of these areas in terms of growth. And we're also going to be sharing a number of also different ways in which you can grow in the tourism sector. The next thing is volunteer to help clean up the stands. So like at the end of the of Sanganai, right? Sort of find out where you can volunteer to help with cleaning and that kind of thing. This is going to be important. You start out as a cleaner. Next time you're going to be a person they're using as an assistant. Next thing they're going to be asking you to do a much bigger job. By the time you're doing your fourth exhibition, you're probably going to be right up there in terms of the team that's either planning or sales, marketing, or any one of those jobs. So jobs are all about investment. Start low, aim high. That's how you're going to grow within any sector. So even if you came and you decided that you wanted to work at Star FM, just cleaning up at Star FM, you'll be so shocked that back in the day, a lot of our top presenters, some of these seasoned broadcasters who've been working for decades, started off as T-boys at radio stations, right? So there's no job that you should look down upon. Every job is what I call access. Once you're inside, most of the jobs that are never advertised they happen internally. So this is one of the things that you want to do is get in as a cleaner. You're going to rise up the ranks. Then you can become a runner as well. So, for example, you can actually talk to organizations and offer up your services to say, listen, if they want something delivered to another stand, you can do it even just like at $1. To say, if you want to take a box to another particular stand that's in there. Remember, some of these expos, they're actually over like huge premises, right? So people just need someone who can get from point A to point B, to bring a guest, to go pick up a box, to do something. Being a runner is one of the most underrated things. I was talking to someone in a supermarket the other day, and I was saying to them, supermarkets don't realize that if they just charged $1 kupara fish for people, do you know how many people will buy fish?
Oh, a lot of people.
Like I'll just buy. Like if someone said, "Do you want your fish parrot or not parrot?"
You like
right?
paraclete.
I'll have para, please, right? I'll have some.
Then you're
I'll
like,
have some parrot
then
fish,
you're
right?
like, add some seasoning if you can.
Right. Do you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that I'm telling you. Like, you think about it. If there was a section, a corner in a supermarket that just dealt with chopping up vegetables to make them ready for you to eat, so you just go and buy your vegetable on the side, like your what do you call it, pumpkin, and someone actually just cuts it up into like pieces for you at $1. I mean, it's a machine that can do it, right? So think about it like that. Try to find ways in which you can make things like very easy for the people there. The next thing is go to the ZTA stand. Please, please, please go to the ZTA stand. Find out about opportunities in tourism. Find out about workshops in tourism. Ask to be added to their mailing list. Make sure that your name, when you go, not just ZTA, make sure that your name and email address is left at as many stands as humanly possible. Because what they're going to do with that database is they're going to start sending out mail shots or whatever it is. So you actually want to be on people's mailing list. I always say to people, I love being spammed because that's when I find out a lot more information about who's promoting what, who's doing what. It's almost like a newspaper in the morning. I have a phone that's just dedicated to people spamming me and sending me like updates on stuff that they're doing. So very important for you to be added onto the ZTA mailing list. Also go to the government, parastatal, and NGO stands. These are very important because then you find out about government policy, particularly around the youth, parastatals, particularly around the youth, and NGOs, particularly around the youth. Just understand, if you're age 17 to 35, that's where the most amount of funding currently exists. Just go and Google it right now and say funding for 17 to 35. This is the area where a lot of different funds for development, for entrepreneurs, for people who are going into various spaces is going to be. So it's very important for you to be armed with as much information. Now, to anyone who needs to understand these principles, it's about curation. So collect as much information as possible. Collaboration is about asking questions and knowing how you can work with people. And then it's about creation, which is to look at opportunities and how you can sort of harness them. So that when you go to these expos, you're not just a person just walking about just collecting brochures. You're now doing it because you're trying to structure your path for career moving forward, particularly like in this sector where it's highly competitive and there's so many people who are going there. There's a need for you to start thinking ahead of being ahead. So yeah, I have, I think that's my 10 sort of list of things. So if people want to contact me, can contact me via WhatsApp, which is 0774 280 810. That's how you can join our Academy platform. So on future broadcasts of this show, we're going to be focusing on youth in tourism. And all the opportunities that the youth can go into. We're going to rural tourism. We're going to look at experiential sort of tourism. We're going to look at career opportunities, again, going in depth, how to apply for tourism jobs, etiquette, and all of these things. And we're going to be bringing you this information every week here on Star FM.
All right. So we've got a question here. I was
Yeah.
going to answer it, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you have the honors. So right, it says, does this need school?
Everything needs school, but life is school in a way. I think there are two ways of school. You can go to an institution or you can gain experience on the job. And both of those are valid. Sometimes school can allow you to be able to apply for positions at the level you want to go in. But if you want to rise to that position, you can go in with experience and then rise up the ranks to those particular credentials.
All right, and I'm also thinking you were talking about tourism. You talk about Sanganai, Sanganani. Going around taking pictures and all that. It all starts with your phone, right?
Yes.
So you just need to learn to use your phone, use your camera, and get the work done.
Absolutely. So, like using your phone, people will say, I don't have an iPhone. It doesn't matter. If your story is compelling enough, I've done a cookbook on much less phones than an iPhone. So, so just get your standard smartphone. As long as you can send out sort of information on WhatsApp and whatever it is. The issue is about get good, get seen, get paid in that order. So get good at telling your story, right? Then make sure that it's seen by as many people. And once it's seen by as many people, then you are definitely going to start getting paid.
Right. What's needed for me to be in a cooking academy?
Okay, so in the academy that I've just given you the number, it's free to join the academy. I just post WhatsApps in there and post relevant sort of TikTok videos and so on that will help you. And then I also post the links to the videos that are recorded by Star FM so that people can follow what it is that we're talking about. And also, I write articles for each of the shows that we are doing. So you get to learn from that perspective. But most importantly, when you hear about some of these events that DJ Eve was talking about, like the wine tasting and that kind of thing, we often call for volunteers to get some work experience as well. So it gives them the opportunity to be seen by people. We saw Chef Q already is being talked about on radio. So yeah, the opportunity. Exactly, and for our young team of chefs who were there at the wine event, getting to meet up with DJ Eve, Lewe, and the team at Star FM that came, Ayati, that kind of thing. Those are the kind of opportunities that we give because then what happens is that it then grows your network, and when your network is grown, eventually your contact list starts talking to each other. Opportunities are much easier to find.
Right. So this is, I think I'm asking someone who's at home. When you talk about growing a network, Carl, you say that you go to these tourism things, you take probably pictures, you start uploading,
Mm.
find out their hashtags and start going. Of course, there's no way you're gonna get like for starters, you might even get two people who would like that post.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
The build up, it takes a long time.
it does.
So
It
what would you
does.
tell a person who hasn't started but they want to be like you, to be able to be called out, to take content? What would you tell them?
Yeah, so what I like is I like what's called momentum marketing, or at least I call it momentum marketing.
Okay.
Where if you look at a journey of going to Bulawayo, there are many ways of going to Bulawayo.
Mm-hmm.
You can fly to Bulawayo, so you can be there in 30 minutes,
Mhm.
right? You can take the train to Bulawayo, probably take you like 19 hours or whatever,
Mhm.
and then you can walk by road, right? So social media is like that. Sometimes it's important to take that journey one step at a time, one person at a time, one like at a time. Don't worry about the numbers. What you're worrying about is getting good. So when you're getting good, the better you become, the more you get seen, right? Because the more you get seen, the more you get paid. So what you want to do is not worry too much about, do many people see my post or do they know?
Mhm.
Imagine that your current contact database, right? If you've gone to Sanganai, let's say there's 300 exhibitors, you have collected 300 business cards, 300 brochures.
Mhm.
That means you have a contact list of 300 people who you can send information about what you're talking about. Now, how are you going to serve those people? Who are you going to be talking about? What are you going to be talking about? So a lot of the times, young people are spending too much time arguing about tikurwadziwa mawarriors arowa 1-0 neRwanda. Andidi. But sooner or later, we're going to have to start being useful. Start being useful to the players. How can you be motivational to the players? How can you talk about the play? You have 11 players who are on the pitch at any given time. Can you write bios and articles about the sports people? Then people can start adding onto that. That's an example. So you grow one step at a time.
Awesome, Carl. So maybe if we can have that number one more time, please.
Okay, so 0774 280 810.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Carl. So you can catch Carl same time and next week right here on the Morning Galaxy. We call this the Galaxy Travel. And today we're talking about youth in tourism. We are Star famous, sounding good all the time. It's